What is up, guys? I'm here today, and today I have for you a video going over the differences between the Baleful and the Seraph weapons, and this will be part of the new series for Blade and Soul gearing endgame sort of stuff. So if you look at my inventory, you see I've got this weapon called a Baleful Gauntlet. So if you've played through the story and you've completed through the story, odds are very high that you have an item that is called the, we'll go to the upgrade paths here to show you. So odds are very high that you have a weapon called the True Ivory Moon Stage 10. So this True Ivory Moon Stage 10 is what you get for just completing through the story. It gives you everything you need to upgrade to this weapon. And now you're probably needing these items here. You either need a Light Stone, or you need a Dark Stone, plus 10 Flowers of Lament, Silver Frost Transformation Stone, 5 Naryu Tablets, and 90 Soulstone Crystals, and 25 Moonstone Crystals. So these items are all things you're going to gather through running different dungeons. Moonstone Crystals, Soulstone Crystals, or they come from running dungeons in the mystery pouches. Naryu Tablets just randomly drop. Silver Frost Transformation Stones, you need to be part of Soul Wardens, or you need to trade for this item on the marketplace. And Flowers of Lament, they come from the dungeon Sogan's Lament, or you can get Petals of Lament from the Jinsean boss fight and the Frozen or Cold Storage boss fight. Those two dungeons as well have chances to drop Flower of Lament, Petal of Lament, which then you combine into a Flower of Lament. So those are the items you need to upgrade, but you also need this thing called a Light Stone or a Dark Stone. So Light Stone is what gives you a Seraph weapon, and the Dark Stone is what gives you a Baleful weapon. So the Seraph weapon it reduces the cooldown of one of your skills, and the Baleful weapon increases the damage of one of your weapons. So if I go back into this and I hit switch weapon type and I switch confirm, you'll see Baleful increases my Searing Blow damage by 2%, which doesn't seem like a whole lot. Some classes you get different bonuses for or different cooldowns, and it actually outweighs itself one way or the other depending on your class. And I've got a spreadsheet that I got from the cheat sheet that's made by Tony. If you haven't seen that sheet, it's a wonderful sheet, has all sorts of references on it. Can't speak to it enough. I've used it a ton, and I'll link it in the description of this video as well, and all further videos where I use information off of it. But I've also simplified the chart a little bit to make it a little easier for my own purposes. So I'll show you that in a second. But basically, you need this Light Stone or this Dark Stone plus this upgrade materials that you see here. It's the same for both other than the Light Stone and the Dark Stone. So what is the difference between a Seraph and a Baleful? So Seraph weapons is more about healing yourself, your status recoveries and things like that. So the Seraph weapon, when you get hit, you get 300 health recovery. It triggers randomly. It's like a random gem effect or a random effect like that. So that's it's recovery sort of thing. It's more towards that, recovering health. Whereas the Baleful weapon, on the other hand, gives you a damage boost. So if you look at it here on the triggers Baleful effect on hit, so it triggers an additional damage equal to 100% of your attack power. This 100% bonus is it's just your attack power gets added onto the attack. So my attack power is about 750, so that attack will do an extra 750. Once again, it just procs randomly like a gem. And then otherwise, both of them have the same effects. They increase your crit rate, crit damage, and they can trigger 100% focus recovery. And it also all functions in the same way. So generally, the Baleful is better for most classes, simply because of how much more often it hits. Your objective in the end game in this is not to be hit. It's to hit enemies back. So the Seraph effect, you don't really want it to be triggering too much. You don't want to be getting hit too much. Whereas the Baleful effect, you're going to be seeing that that'll trigger a lot more frequently when you're hitting enemies and fighting enemies. You'll be getting that bonus. So both of them as well when they reach 10 stacks. So this effect can stack 10 times, and then it resets stacks after 30 seconds, I do believe. So if you don't hit something for 30 seconds or you aren't hit by 30 seconds, it'll reset your stacks. But at 10 stacks, it resets all of your skills cooldowns at 10 stacks. So it's another little bonus to those. So that's your difference between Baleful and Seraph. Next thing I'm going to bring up is the table showing you which one is better for which class, depending on your class. There's a couple of them that weren't filled out by Tony, and then the ones that he didn't fill out, I went ahead and looked through them based on my own experience to fill them in. And there were just two that I don't have any experience with at all, that I don't want to make any statements, don't want to claim anything on it. You're on your own for that one, so I'm sorry about that, but that's the way it is. So once again, those are the items you need to upgrade to get up to this. And actually, I'll show you where you get your Dark Stone and your Light Stone. So in the Hongmoon store, in the Dragon Express, you go to the trading items here. Let's see, actually it's right here on this page here. So you got Light Stone and Dark Stone. So either for 200 Silver Frost Refining Stones, you can get a Light Stone or a Dark Stone, or 1 Premium Silver Frost Transformation Stone. Those are purchased on the marketplace or crafted yourself. They'll run you about 200 gold, 150 gold, somewhere in that area, depending on who you buy them from and whatnot on the marketplace. So it's actually much easier just to farm dungeons to get up these Silver Frost transformation stones, or Silver Frost refining stones rather, simply because they just drop from everything and nobody ever bids on them, and it's relatively simple to go ahead and get. So those are your light stone and your dark stone. One more thing that I also forgot to mention is that you can switch from a Seraph weapon to the light weapon, the Seraph to the Baleful weapons, by the use of this item called Twisted Mirror. Twisted Mirror plus 300 gold will switch you to the Seraph's version of your weapon. Or vice versa, from Seraph to Baleful, Baleful to Seraph, if you don't like the weapon you got, or if you see on the table how it'll break down and say that this weapon is better at this point, if you want to go ahead and switch those. But for the most part, you can go ahead and leave that out. So with all that, I think I'm going to go into that table now and show you which classes benefit from which weapons and things like that. So I will see you at that next part of the video. So I have this little table up that I put together in Excel. Once again, it is taken from Tony's cheat sheet that he put together. I'll link it in the description. This is just the simplified version of it. So this compares the Seraph weapon to the Baleful weapon, as in, so a red set will mean that the Seraph weapon is worse than the Baleful weapon at that point, or if it is green, the Seraph weapon is better than the Baleful weapon at that point. So you can just look through your class and decide if this applies to yours or which one you should be looking towards getting. Anyway, so I hope you found this video useful, guys. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I've got a lot more in this series coming up. So be on the lookout for those. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.